What is up, wrestling fans? This is Kayfabe Chronicles, and I am your host, JP. Happy New Year, and welcome to 2019. It is Sunday night. It is 8 p.m. Central Time, so it is time for this week's weekly live stream. With all the craziness that happened in this last weekend's NJPW event, where the heck is Kenny Omega going to end up this year? We're going to talk about it, and it all starts right now. Hello, and welcome to the live stream. This is Kayfabe Chronicles, and I am your host, JP. If this is your first time here, make sure to stick around for a little while. Partake in the chat room to the left-hand side of the screen. And if you like what you see, make sure to crush like, hit subscribe, and crush that bell notification for whenever we post videos. We go live every single Sunday night at 8 p.m. Central Time, except for pay-per-view nights, where we will always go on after the event to discuss the event. And of course, we go live every single Wednesday night at 8 p.m. Central Time to discuss the actual event of NXT that had just happened prior to me doing the review. Wow, I talk a lot. And if you guys haven't done so already, make sure to check out that Facebook page and that Twitter account. Well, lots of stuff happened this week in the world of wrestling for sure, so we're just going to jump right into the skibby of it. So if you guys haven't seen, okay, Braun Strowman is recuperating from his elbow injury. He suffered a couple bone spurs, a couple cracks in there. So they're actually shooting a YouTube quick little series in regards to his recuperation, in regards to getting ready for his match at Royal Rumble against Brock Lesnar. Pretty interesting stuff. I've never actually seen an elbow surgery, but I watched a little bit of the video, and it looked pretty cool. Like I said, they had to change the tips that they normally use because his arm is about the size of two normal people's stuff in regards to just how normally. So they had to use like the probes and stuff that they would normally use for legs and femurs. They had to use inside of Braun Strowman's elbow. But yeah, if you guys haven't seen that video, it's very interesting. Here is a quick little picture of, they're doing some suction surgery as well. It's part of his physio to get ready for his match. I'm looking forward to seeing him come back. We don't have a big man right now. Like, there's no real true big man on the roster right now, and it's weird not having him there every week to wreak havoc. But yeah, check it out. If you guys haven't seen it, it's on YouTube right now. Check it out. Very interesting stuff. Very cool. Like, the world of medicine has gone full core. Hello, Elizabeth. How are you doing today? I actually did not watch the game, but I heard a little bit about it. Said I'm a big football fan. Even though I'm up in Canada, we have our own league. We have our Canadian Football League, but I still watch the NFL as much as I can. My team did not make it to the playoffs this year. I'm a big Tampa Bay Buccaneers fan. We started off so strong. This year. We were like the team. There was like that brief 2-week period where we were number one. Yeah, and then it all went downhill after that. I have a lot of good friends from Chicago. One of my good high school buddies lives in Chicago. Chicago's probably one of my favorite cities to visit in the States outside of Florida. Yeah, but I heard about it. I read his stats. A lot of people were complaining about him as a kicker this year. He only nailed 70% of his field goals this year. So, to be honest, I'm not even shocked he missed that kick. You are a kicker. You have one job. If you're not hitting at least 95% of your kicks, get the hell out. And they're paying him over $1 million a year. No kicker should ever be worth $1 million. Just putting it out there. But yeah, Chicago, I love the city. I love it every time. Every time we've gone through there, it's super fun. If I could live in any city in the States, it'd probably be either Orlando or Chicago. Just putting it out there. But yeah, ooh. And I'm getting a little worried now because I'm not a Philadelphia Eagles fan, but this is exactly what happened last year. Foles is yeah, like everyone's sweating now because he's doing what he did last year. And if Philly wins again this year, I don't know what the heck I'm gonna do. I'm getting scared. As long as New England doesn't win, I'm okay though. I'm okay. Little sad that Chicago didn't win, but I'm rooting for the Rams. I'm rooting for the Rams for this one because Gurley's a beast. Gurley is a freaking beast. But yes, Hopefully Braun Strowman can heal up and get onto the good stuff. But yeah, check out this video on YouTube. Very interesting stuff for sure. All right. So if you guys didn't hear, sadly, Mean Gene, of course, we all know, passed away. I had my tribute video to him earlier in the week. So it was announced that this week for Monday Night Raw, Hulk Hogan is going to be coming back for this week's edition of Monday Night Raw to lead the tribute, to speak his mind in regards to Mean Gene. And a lot of people are like, oh, Hulk Hogan, oh, you know. Okay, as a person, I'm not a fan of him. Like, you know, I don't have any tolerance for wrestling. I don't, not wrestling, I love wrestling. I have no tolerance for racism, and just the comments Hulk Hogan made. Yeah, like, you know, he did apologize for them, but it is going to take a while to build back on. But, like, you got to give the man credit. He did put WWE on the map during the 80s. But if there's one person out there, if there's one person out there that knew Mean Gene better than anybody else in the wrestling industry, it's Hulk Hogan. Like, they were hand in hand. They were like peanut butter and jelly. They were like ham and cheese. Like, the two of them just went so well together. Hulk Hogan, I don't think, would have been as popular as he was if it wasn't for Mean Gene conducting those interviews. Like I even said during my tribute, Mean Gene took people and just made them better, made them people, like made them just huge favorites. And just when him and Hulk Hogan, like when Mean Gene and Hulk Hogan did interviews together, just magic happened, and just like you listened and you got really invested. So you know what, I'm all for Hulk Hogan leading the way for the tribute on Monday. I'm really looking forward to it tomorrow. Like I said, Mean Gene was a huge influence for me as a wannabe broadcaster. He was one of the main reasons why I decided to ever get behind a microphone. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to this. And if you guys out there are like, oh, well, screw Hulk Hogan, he doesn't need to be there, I fully disagree. This is one of the rare moments where I will actually support Hulk Hogan in his endeavors. I hope he does a great tribute. I think it's going to be awesome, and we'll just stick it with that. Okay, let's carry on. So if you guys didn't see the big announcement this week, right on New Year's, is that there's been rumors floating around that the Young Bucks and Cody Rhodes have been joining forces with the son of the owner of the Jacksonville Jaguars in regards to starting their own wrestling company, their own wrestling organization. The rumor's been kind of floating around the mills for a little bit, and yeah, it was announced on New Year's. All Elite Wrestling will be making their debut this upcoming spring, of course, with their first main show, kind of a sequel to last year's All In. It's going to be called Double or Nothing. No exact date has been announced as of yet, but they are holding a press conference in the next couple days in regards to that. They've already signed a couple talents, like, you know, obviously the Young Bucks are in there. Cody Rhodes is in there. Britt Baker, she has signed with it. A lot of free agents, a lot of people from New Japan, a lot of people from Ring of Honor, a lot of people from Impact, a lot of people from WWE. Their contracts are winding down in the next couple months. So I bet you all Elite Wrestling is going to really jump on and pick up as many people as they can. They're really gonna take a lot of the people that, like, you know, the WWE signed and released and didn't have a spot for, a lot of the New Japan people. I'm really looking forward to seeing some of the talent that All Elite Wrestling can pick up into their industry, like a lot of like the lost causes, if you say, because like I said, a lot of mainstay wrestling fans did not give All In a fair opportunity, and it was awesome. It was a great show. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what these guys do. And said, like, already, big Young Bucks fan, big Cody Rhodes fan, really liking what Britt Baker's doing. I'm really looking forward to seeing who else they got. So you know what? This other leagues should open up and keep mind of this. Like, I guarantee if this really takes off in a few more years, this is going to be huge. All Elite could be the biggest thing going in the world today. So who knows what's going to happen? I'm just reading your comment there, Elizabeth. Yeah, I'm not sure Omega's going anywhere. He recently became a Japanese citizen, which is apparently... You are correct. It's actually very difficult to do. A good friend of mine, he married a Japanese girl. Yeah, he moved out to Japan. He's actually a professional puppeteer. like Japanese style puppetry, so a lot of shadow puppetry. Yeah, he's been living there for a couple years, and he's still not a full citizen. But he is working his way to get like his dual citizenship. But yeah, no, I fully agree. Yeah, like he was telling me, there's a lot of stuff you got to do in order to get a citizenship. But yeah, like if All Elite was able to secure, uh, if All Elite is able to secure a TV deal, then yeah, they'd be huge. They would be, yeah, like who knows what's gonna happen. Which brings me, of course, to what we're talking about this week. Where the heck is Kenny Omega gonna go? If you guys didn't see Wrestle Kingdom this past week, phenomenal. Not as good as last year's Wrestle Kingdom or the one before that. A couple of the matches were so. A lot of great matches though, but when you could kind of tell something was up, like like the Young Bucks coughed up their title, Cody Rhodes coughed up his title, and Kenny Omega like lost his match. Best match of the night too. Like if you guys haven't seen the one with him and Tana, oh Jesus, so good. I've never seen a Kenny Omega match I didn't like, and I've been watching Kenny Omega on the independents for a long time. Like I said, I've been watching Kenny Omega since he was like 20, like super young Kenny Omega. Like I said, I've had coffee with this man. He's amazing. So yeah, like I had a feeling he was gonna lose the match, and of course he did. So then like right off the bat, like my phone just starts going off like, oh, Kenny Omega's gonna sign with WWE and all this other stuff, and like it kind of got the wheels turning in my head. Like, where is Kenny gonna go? Because like his contract with New Japan is up at the end of this month. No exact date, it's just the end of January. So this does open up a lot of opportunities for Kenny. Like, he can re-sign with New Japan. If he does, it makes total sense. He is a citizen there. He speaks the language very well. He's treated like a god in their promotion. He's treated very well in the country. He's picked up a lot of stuff since he's been there. Makes sense for him to stay there. It's very hard to kind of move around the world. It's really, really tough because like the thing is, then why else would they take the belt off? And like I said, I think they took the belt off of him mainly because he's undecided at the moment. If he is to stay with New Japan, you bet your butt he's taking that IWGP title right back. Like, come on. Like, I think just him losing it now, it was just kind of that insurance policy for him to make his decision. Of course, the other options would be WWE. Granted, like, yes, like he would be making decent amount of money. Downfall to WWE is the schedule is stupid. Like you are working over 300 days a year, no breaks, nothing like that. And B, where would he be in regards to the roster? There's so many times where a person comes from another promotion that's been like really, like top of the line, like top of the line, like best in their craft. And then they move to WWE, and then they're just kind of pushed to the mid card and even lower than that. Prime examples right now, Shinsuke Nakamura. What has he really done since he moved from New Japan over to WWE? He's had a couple title runs. Like his NXT, great. He was amazing in NXT, but as soon as he moved up to the main roster, like what essentially did he do? He finally got in that world title feud, which he was unsuccessful on. Eventually he did get the U.S. title from, from Jeff Hardy, and then even that was a subpar title run. He didn't really defend it a lot, so he's kind of been a floating miss there. Samoa Joe, another prime example. He'd be just, huge, big name, and then kind of, he hasn't really done a lot. The most successful person to come from an outside promotion in the past 5 years, AJ Styles, hands down. He jumped right to the main roster, was treated very well right off the bat, got into the main title push really quick, won the main title, held it for a very long period of time, like this past year. But like AJ's one of those kind of 1 in a million things I've seen. Like I'm just really worried. Like yes, I know Kenny can do very well. Like he could be treated like a god, like a star right off the bat, and he's a very well-known star. Like a lot of people, you talk to any wrestling fan, a lot of them know who Kenny Omega is. But I think the thing with WWE that they'd be worried about is, does everybody really know who Kenny Omega is? Like, would he come to the main roster right off the bat, or would he go to NXT per se? And if he was to make it to the main roster, would he actually get pushed to that main title, or would he just kind of float around in the mid card and be forgotten about? And that's what I'm kind of worried about. Because I know how Vince kind of feels in regards to superstars he didn't create per se. But granted, like the thing you got to look at though is Kenny Omega's stock is red hot right now. Like if he was to go to WWE, I think it would just put a lot of eyes on the product right now. But granted though, like that's really big shoes to fill. Like so he'd be expected to do a lot right off the bat. And would he do a lot right off the bat? Like only time will tell. And then of course the very third option obviously would be going to All Elite Wrestling. Like would he stick true to his friends and like work with the Bucks, work with Cody, work with the kind of people there. But like that's a really big gamble though, because like WWE is established already, New Japan is established. Can All Elite be established? Even like you can be said the best wrestler in the world, but if you're going to a brand new wrestling league, what if it bombs after a year? Now you're kind of up creek without a paddle sort of thing. Like where do you go after that? Like what if he goes to All Elite Wrestling and it just fails within a couple months? They go bankrupt, they lose everything. Like where would he go? Like would he go? Like would that door for WWE still be there? Would that door for New Japan still be there? Like that's a little thing. That's the really tough thing. I like how you just said he has 3.5 million reasons to go to WWE. That's a pretty good paycheck. That's more money than he's ever kind of been offered before, if that's legitimate, if that's the real number. And like it's just so like it's kind of being in between a rock and a hard place. It's the whole like, do I stay with what I'm doing right now and remain successful? Do I take a gamble with something new and try to create something on my own? Or do I go to an established product but risk not getting the same kind of treatment that I'm already getting? And that's what's really, really, really tough. And I wish that I could make this decision for him, but it's really, really tough. Like I said, I know how he thinks. Like I said, I'm very lucky to have known him before all this stardom took over. I'm very lucky to have known him when he wrestled here in my hometown. So we're the same age. I used to work with his auntie. Like it's just absolutely ridiculous. Like to personally know somebody of this caliber. Like I said, I'm not best friends with him. I don't go out. When he was in the city, I didn't hang out with him on a daily basis, but I'd still see him at least once a week when I would watch him in Premier Championship Wrestling, and we'd talk after every single match that he had. Very shy. Very, very shy man, despite his crazy-ass promos. This is really tough. If it was up to me, I'm a little bit of a risk taker. Like, I really like to just kind of go all for it. And I would try the All Elite Wrestling personally. Like I said, it's a big gamble. But I think it has the potential where if it is to do very well, it could be huge. Not within the first year. The odds of it being ridiculously amazing in the first year, I don't see that happening. But think about within 5 years how big All Elite Wrestling could possibly be. But then I would probably, but that's the thing. I might even have to just flip a coin. Do I join All Elite Wrestling or do I do WWE and just hope for the best? I think he would do very well in WWE. I watch Royal Rumble with my buddies every single year, and if that counter hit 0 and he came out, I have no idea what I would do. I think I would just lose my mind. So I think, pretty much the two best options right now is either All Elite or WWE. Because to be honest, New Japan I think will always be an option. If he tries one of these other two things that doesn't work out, I have a feeling New Japan would take him back. No questions asked. No, hey, you tried. Come on back. We'll treat you good. So it's gonna be tough. The next couple weeks I think are gonna be the hardest decision he's gonna have to make in his life, wrestling wise. Where do I go? Where do I end up? But it's so tough. You have so many good points, Elizabeth. That's why I enjoy doing this show with you here. You always talk me straight. But it's tough. Who knows? Like I said, everyone always thinks the WWE is the greener pasture. But who knows? Where is he going? Who knows what the hell's going to happen in regards to all this? But $3.5 million is pretty good in my opinion. $3.5 million is pretty good. Oh no, huge. A lot in New Japan. Yeah, he kind of reinvigorated New Japan. New Japan was kind of in a small lull after AJ Styles left, and he kind of put him back on there. So yeah, who knows what's going to happen. All right, so that is all for tonight, my friends. That is all for tonight. A lot of crazy stuff going on this week, but I'm really looking forward to what's going to be happening this week on Raw, because apparently this is it. Like, we're now starting Raw fresh. Oh, I almost forgot. I actually had one more thing to talk about. Jesus, how did I forget about this? We're not done yet. Okay, so so pretty much. Vince McMahon came out and he's like, new year, new us, everything's going to be different this year. So while we were on the topic of AJ Styles, if you guys didn't see SmackDown Live last week, great episode, by the way. I actually really liked these two episodes. Apollo Crews won a Battle Royal and had an Intercontinental Championship match. And he looked damn good. Apollo looked awesome in that Battle Royal. He eliminated like 5-6 guys. It was great. I heard the rumor that they were going to be pushing Apollo this year, but I didn't think that it even held water. But apparently it did. Good. I like Apollo. Apollo is a very good talent in the ring. He just needs to work on the mic skills a little bit and get himself a character, but he's damn impressive to watch. But yeah, so same thing kind of happened on SmackDown this week. They had a Fatal 5-Way to determine the new #1 contender that will be taking on Daniel Bryan at the Royal Rumble, and AJ Styles won. Which brings me to the point of what was the entire point of this new year, new shtick sort of thing if we're just going to have this match again. Don't get me wrong, I love AJ Styles. He's one of my favorite guys on the entire roster. I love everything he does. I love Daniel Bryan. I love everything he does. But this isn't new. This is the same thing. I just don't... Why are we doing this? Like, there's no one else on SmackDown. There's no one else we could possibly put in this, which is why I'm really looking forward to this week, the new year, because there's no pre-tapes now. They're going back to live as of this week, which is great. I love the fact, like you just said in the chat room, there's no more auto rematch clauses, which is good, which will prevent this crap from happening. I'm really looking forward to this year. I'm really looking forward to having it spice up. I'm looking forward to the fact that Triple H is going to be a little bit more hands-on now. I have a feeling that with the XFL coming this year, Vince is going to be stepping back a little bit more from this and letting Stephanie do a little bit more, let Shane do a little bit more, and let Triple H do a little bit more. Let Triple H... Here's the way it should work. Triple H should take care of 98% of the decisions, and Stephanie won, and Shane won, and I think we'd be okay. I think we'll be okay with that. But yeah, really looking forward to this new lineup that they have going this year. It's just, I don't agree with this. I just don't agree with this. I don't care. I like old Daniel Bryan. I like short hair, cocky, full of himself Daniel Bryan. Yeah, this... I think that they're just too scared to let him do what I know he can do. But hey, you're always allowed to your opinion. But yeah, I don't want to see this. I've seen this before. I've seen this too many times already. But again, I've seen Brock Lesnar versus Braun Strowman numerous times, but I'm actually really excited for that match. But to be completely honest, the match that I'm looking forward to most going into Royal Rumble season, besides Royal Rumble, is actually Shayna Baszler versus Bianca Belair for the Women's Championship on NXT. I just have really good feeling about that match. I think they're going to do some really cool crap in that match. But yeah, I don't want to see this. I've seen this too many times. So once this is done, let's start 2019 off and start having some new matches, because just I don't want to see this anymore. But yeah, really looking forward to seeing how this new age stuff is going to work. As long as Triple H is like fully involved with it, I'm okay with that, because Triple H is a god among men with his mustache and his shaved head. Okay, but yeah, can't believe I forgot to talk about this. This is like my second point. I missed the slide completely. Jesus, what is wrong with me? I don't know if Kairi's going to be getting another women's championship run. I think they're really going to push her and Io as a tag team. I really think that that's kind of the path that they're going to go now, which sucks, because I really like Kairi as a singles competitor. I think she's just so much fun to watch, but who knows? Who knows? Who knows where she's going to end up? All right, but that is all from me this week. But yeah, as we're entering Royal Rumble season, it's going to be great. A lot of cool stuff is going to be happening in the next little while. And we're going to be doing a couple small changes to the channel. Nothing too crazy. Except we're going to stick with our Sunday night live stream as always. We're sticking with our NXT live stream. What I'm really going to try to do this year is my long form reviews, so like my history videos. I'm going to try to do at least one every 2 months, because it's the fact that they take a really long time. Like they take me a really long time to write, take me a really long time to shoot and edit. And I said I have a toddler, I have full-time job. Like it's really hard for me to get time to do that kind of stuff. But I'm really going to try to get those long form reviews out more frequently. And I'm actually going to be bringing in a retro review. I'm going to try to do one every month. I just pick a random pay-per-view and I review it with the comedic flair as always, because old matches are hilarious to watch because of how bad they are, but they're still super fun. So I'm going to try to do one of those a month. Kind of dick around with the editing, maybe throw some live footage in there and alter it just enough so I don't get hit with copyright. But yeah, other than that, nothing else will really change. We're still going to have fun as always. I'll try to be more interactive with all you people. Royal Rumble 99. That's actually a really good one. I actually like that one. The one I'm going to start with, though, is a Royal Rumble. I'm going to start with Royal Rumble 88. So the very first Royal Rumble, the one that was not a pay-per-view where it was a network special. It's a good one. Oh, yeah, no, 98, 99 was a good year. It was a good year for wrestling and a good year for wine. Hell, like I know I don't drink wine. I drink beer. Yeah. Okay. But yeah, so that's what we're going to do in this upcoming year. I'm looking forward to it. Looking forward to a lot more stuff. And of course, oh, what's this? What's this? Somebody got a microphone. It's not fully working yet. I'm just waiting for my audio interface to come in the mail, and then we will get this bad boy going on. So the sound is going to improve drastically. Like I even got myself a pop filter. Even got myself a little pop filter. I'm just waiting for my audio interface to come in, and once we do that, it'll be great. And I'm also going to be hosting a podcast upcoming this year. Me and a good buddy of mine. I mentioned a little bit last year, but we're just kind of still working out the kinks. It won't be wrestling related because wrestling podcasts completely just take up way too much of the internet. But yeah, me and him are pretty much going to watch a bunch of cartoons that we loved as children. We're going to rewatch it as adults and discuss if they're still good, which a lot of them are not. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. So once that gets on, I'll let you guys know if that's your thing. If not, that's cool. All right. As always, though, if you guys like what you saw, make sure to crush like, hit subscribe, and click that bell notification for whenever we go live. As always, we always go live Sunday night at 8 p.m. Central Time, except for pay-per-view nights, where we'll always go on after the pay-per-view. And, of course, Wednesday night at 8 p.m. Central Time, right after NXT, to discuss the episode of NXT. And I fully agree. Hey Arnold, great show. Loved it. Yeah, so many good cartoons. But I'm talking a little bit before your time, Elizabeth. Like, Hey Arnold might even make the list, but I'm talking like He-Man, Thundercats, Saber Riders, Samurai Pizza Cats, Chippendale Rescue Rangers, Goof Troop, Bonkers, Tailspin, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Darkwing Duck, stuff like that. Hey Arnold's good though. Maybe even Doug, or some Arthur, or Carmen Sandiego, or some other stuff. Now I'm just trailing off. I need to go to bed. I'm tired. All right. I love you guys all from the bottom of my heart. This is amazing. Let's just keep this going. Are you going to tell me to get off your lawn? Get off my lawn. You're not that much younger than me. I don't even know how old you are. But, Hey Arnold was a really good show. He had a weird football head. He had a really weird football head. It's just crazy. And Doug was a good show. Everyone craps on Doug. Doug was a good show. You can all just kiss my grits. Same era as Rugrats. I love cartoons. 28. Nice. 28. Nice. All right. This is the part of the show where we just trail off completely, and people who aren't you or me are like, oh, this is horrible. They just click off. And then it just becomes the me and you show. All right. Peace out, guys. This is amazing. You guys have yourself a great week. I will see you guys Wednesday at 8 p.m. Central, right after NXT. NXT is going to look good leading into Royal Rumble. A lot of good matches coming up for sure. 2 thumbs way, way up. Never apologize. Never apologize. You guys have a great